Hello and welcome back. This time it is the teardown of the Voltcraft PS-1440. It's a linear power supply, 1440 watts. It's like 20 kilos and we're gonna have a look inside. So let's see what is inside. I bought it quite cheap on second hand on my local marketplace, local eBay. And I actually assumed, because of the price, that it would be a switch mode, but wow, it is actually linear. Look at this. Wow, 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 I didn't expect this. This looks actually properly built. We have even a nice mains filter here. And a transformer is probably for the control board only, like here, for the display, etc. And then you have here the big power. I see two outputs here. They are both rectified. Here is a big rectifier. There is a copy here on the back as well. Instead of delivering once 40 amps, they decided to split it in twice, 20 and 20. And then of course you have a lot less strain on all the components, which is quite smart. Because usually you would see that they just put these two windings in parallel. But they exactly did not do that. Yeah, here we have few transistors or FETs. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big caps here, 80 volts, 10,000 microfarads. They don't feel that they have been bloated, so that looks actually nice. Also the cables that come to the connectors, they use also two pairs. See if I can put better lighting on it. Yeah, also two pairs, so you also have 20 amps instead of you need two very big ones. And I'm really impressed with this big toroid. I've never seen one that big. And just for scale, let's see, look at this. This is like 19 centimeters, 7.5 inch. It's quite big. And how high it is, 2.5 inch high, 7 centimeters. It is quite impressive. And we have here 1, 2, 3, 4 ventilators. And it was actually very quiet, so they spin at low speed and probably even temperature controlled. Yeah, I see here temperature sensor, and the other side a copy, exactly the same. Probably we have two here because this might conduct something because they put some padding on the top so the cover doesn't hit it. And well, we see a lot of coils here also, here also. They really try to regulate properly. Here we see a lot of, maybe we can zoom in there, it looks like that is probably the current control circuit right here. We see here the shunts. 1, 2, 3, 4 times a wire. Well, they will act like a shunt because it has a fraction of a loss here, and then they measure the voltage over the shunt, and they measure the voltage over the shunt, and it goes here to the control board. I see some pots here. So maybe I can lift that 40 amp to actually 40 amp instead of that it is now stuck at 37. I have not found any schematics. Also the specifications even are very little which you can find. But yeah, maybe we can see some markings on the PCB there. Because if it says 40 amp, I like to know it's 40 amp. But there was a little noise and I wonder where that is from. Okay, let's switch it on. I put some load on it and the sound was somewhere here. So maybe it's just the transformer that needs to work very hard, or maybe here the transistors. I don't know. We need to find where the sound is coming from, so I will put, I can hear the sound. Well, the sound seems to come from the transformer, it just needs to work hard. Also it's directly mounted to the bottom, and I don't know if that does something also with because there is a big field going around this transformer now, and it is directly enclosed in metal, so maybe that just tries to fight it a little bit. And we had a problem with the switch here, the output on off, and it sounds like there is a relay, but maybe the contacts are burnt or something, because it doesn't work. I can hear it click. I need to find it first. It sounds to be somewhere around here. Maybe it's underneath the board. And the light is nicely switched off, but the output just stays on. I turned the power supply and the relay here is here in the back. But it seems to be very small. I would have expected a much larger relay here. But that one is probably just burnt. If you switch with full power, of course, the relay doesn't like that too much. So I need to have a look at that, and maybe I can just replace it. If it is 12 volt, I can put a car relay and they switch like 100 amps. That would be fine. I find that this ventilator is running, this one is running, this one is not running. And that is on the whole rectifier and the power transistor heat sinks. But here, it seems someone played with the wires and it became loose. And it is just a, yeah, it is indeed the ventilator. I was looking at the colors and it just looked like that. So that is now better cooling at least. And let's see if we can find what the pots are for. Some will be current limit, some will be voltage. And the logical thing would just to follow here these two wires that are connected to the shunt. And even the purple one on the other side. So do I have somewhere a purple and a yellow with green? Then that pot would probably be it. Okay, a few little things I need to have a look at. The relay. It is very closely matched to its maximum because it can switch 16 amps on 250 volt, and they say about 20 amps on 125. Well, the voltage is only up to 35, so maybe it can do a little more than the 20 amps that they say. And maybe, and probably they did use two contacts in parallel, so it can do this 40 amps, but that is exactly, and also the manual says don't switch the output on and off with your load on it. So, but that's exactly usually what the button is for. You can set your voltage and your current, and then when you agree with it, you switch the output on. So that means you always switch with load. Yeah, what can I say about that? I just need to replace a relay, and I will do with a little bit of a stronger, because I think the switch is just directly connected to the relay. So, and why not? I can hear it clicking, but probably the contacts don't go because the output stays on. Also, one of the pots is loose. I'm not sure it's visible, but here, this one, if I turn, it moves. So I need to have a look at that too. Yes, and maybe I want to try to find out which one is the current, but I see here the yellow and the green close by, and the purple and the yellow and the purple are on the shunt, so maybe the current limit is right here, but I think that I may be fine with it because it's an old power supply and instead of 40 amps it does 37, so just to make sure it stays within everything it can do still, it should be fine. And I don't want to adjust the rest because the current readout and the current voltage was perfect, so probably just leave it as it is. I did find that this one is getting quite warm and the ventilator is here, so maybe I need to add a little metal plate. There is a screw hole here in the top. It seems to be very tight to the main board, so if I put a little metal plate just in front here, it will suck some extra air and it can just cool a little bit better, because this is close to 60 because I cannot hold it too long, so it's probably very close to 60. And yes, indeed it is 60, 63, 62, 64, so it is quite hot. And I'm having a closer look at the terabyte and it's difficult to read, I think, but it's from India, but it says here it has even a thermal switch at 130 degrees, that would be in Celsius, so this is all built in this transformer, so it is proper quality, I would think. And also when I look at the type number, it says here PS-1440, and it is indeed the power supply that can do 36 volt with 40 amps, so maybe it's even custom made. So there are a few things I need to fix. I want to clean it up, of course. I hope I can do something with the output on and off, or I should be able to replace the relay. It is clicking, but I think it is just directly connected, and if not, I will just put a big car relay in series with one of the cables here. Those car relays also 12 volt and can do at least 100 amp, so I just take a very heavy one and make this small relay just click the big ones. And well, this is all loose. The pot inside is just turning, so I will need to have a look at that. And well, we can have a look. It is a bit dirty as well, like it has been in a car garage or something. Maybe they used it just as a battery charger or something. I don't know what they did with it. So after a good cleanup, I think it looks amazing. The display is really, really clear. The buttons all respond very nicely. Course, fine. And the current we can set by clicking this one, and you set the current you want, also course and fine. And well, the output, we still need to have a look at that. But it is all very, very, very shiny. Look at that, all the text we can read. Yeah, quite happy. So that's it. And a nice shiny power supply. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.